Hi, this is Anthony Hannigan with Music Moose. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going over just some chords and some of the elements that make up those chords. So this series on the G chord, and I'm going to do this with all the different chords, at least the 1, 4, 5, so you're very familiar with them then. All the requests I've had, many of them were to go back and repeat some of the stuff at a much slower pace. So that's what I'm going to address in these series of videos. So we went over the G chord, little G chord, and if you haven't checked out the little G chord, just go back, look at it. It's not that long, and it'll kind of really make you familiar with what's coming up next. So we left the G chord, 2nd fret on the A string, 1st fret on the E string, and we added the 5th fret on the D string. Now today we're going to add the 7th fret on the G string. And just kind of thump on that right there. It's going to, those are the notes you want to hit. So I'm going to walk them down. So it's the 7th fret. And the best way to probably shape these is like I'm doing here. And it's going to, for those who've never reached to the 4-finger chords, it's going to be very painful to begin with. But once you get those fingers limbered up, and I'll show you how to do that too. But basically it's going to be the pinky on the G string on the 7th fret, right up here. And then we want the ring finger on the D string of the 5th fret, and on the A string, 2nd fret, the index finger, and then the middle finger here on the 3rd fret of the E string. Nice strum down. So let's do that once again. We'll start up here, the 7th fret of the G string, the 5th fret of the D string, 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the E string. Now another way to approach this, I'm going to try to do it kind of 2 ways, is hitting the chord coming from the other direction. Sometimes it's easier because naturally you're going to have this chord to start off with. That's going to be the root of it. So we're going to start with the 3rd fret on the E string, 2nd fret on the A string, and get this done. You're going to actually shift your fingers a little bit, because for those who've just been playing the G chord like this for a long time, the hand has a tendency of like wanting to squeeze onto the mandolin and not let it go, so everything's kind of flowing back that way, where you kind of want to move this. And it's okay to move your hand as you're playing. Violin players, cello players, everybody with strings, piano players are moving their hands all the time, so it's quite okay for you to don't have to get locked down with the thumb here. So you want to be free with that. And usually what I do is take that thumb and kind of roll it back. It just became instinctive after doing these chords for so long, but go with it, okay? Come back onto the corner of the neck here, and I'll flip this around real quick and show Dave. And if I were to flip it around like that, you can kind of see it just rides along the spine of the mandolin neck. And it's okay, sometimes I'll move it all the way around this side. I can't really chord with it. I'm not that coordinated this time, but maybe sometime in the future I can flip my finger around and play it that way. So basically, we have 3rd fret on the E string, 2nd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D string, and the 7th fret on the G string. And that's going to form our full G chord. Now, we want to start thinking about shapes, okay? This is a chord, this is a G chord, but it's also a shape. The exact way that these fingers are lined up is the exact way they're going to be lined up for the rest of the chords as well, just on different positions of the neck. So take this G shape, get familiar with it. Now, I did say that we were going to work some on your pinky too, because a lot of people are going to have a hard time with this and this down here as well. So basically what you want to try to do every day to warm up to this chord is just hit that open G string, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. Get that pinky in action and start getting that pinky to stretch for you too, as far as you can, and get some good sounds out of that. And you'll build up strength in that pinky, and in no time you'll be playing all these big chords like so. Okay, we're going to tackle the same thing with the C chord coming up next. This is Anthony Hannigan, and you're watching Music Moose at musicmoose.org.